Well, I figured I'd get back on here. Kind of getting tired of listening to it. You watch these debates and things, and then you listen to people that are running and people that aren't running, but still want to push their agendas and stuff. I always had a problem with this saying too. How people say, "Oh, I love my country. I love it. I love my country." And people will say that too. Oh, I love my house. Oh, I love my car. They love inanimate objects. Okay? And that's where I have a problem with it. You see, your country doesn't reciprocate love back to you. Your car doesn't. Your house, your clothes. I mean, these things they're incapable of loving you back. But people sit there and go, "Oh, I love my country. I love my country." I thought, I'm sick of hearing about it now. Okay, I always kind of like thought, what the hell's wrong with these people? I mean, come on, really? I mean, what's going on in you know North Carolina and Tennessee there and that area? A lot of devastation. And it's the people, even total strangers, going down, bringing food, giving money, going down, even helping physically, so on and so forth. You see, those people are reciprocating their caring, their support, and their love to total strangers. See what I'm saying? Your country can't love you. And I get tired of that. It's People are taught this. They're taught to think this way. They've been conditioned and brainwashed. And the other thing they've been conditioned and brainwashed in is, oh, you take the oath to defend your country and you're in the military and blah, 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 blah. Great. Wonderful. But the thing of it is they seem to think they have something you don't. They'll defend the country. Well, I've said this before, you know damn well. If our country's being invaded, there'd be a lot of men and women both out there defending this country that never took a oath. Why? Because they're fighting for their homes, their way of life, their loved ones, and their friends. They just seem to think that, it's something unique to them. It's not. I mean, look at the Civil War. Look at the Revolutionary War. A lot of those people never took an oath for nothing, but they sure got out there and they defended themselves and their way of life and their friends and families and everything else. But if you really stop and think about it, most of these wars that we have been in are bullshit. Vietnam War, bullshit. You know, a lot of them ever since have been just nothing but bullshit. World War II, totally different story. World War One, but It's just like what's going on in the Middle East. It doesn't concern us, but we're going to make sure it concerns us. So before you sit there and jump up and down and tell everybody how much you love your country and how you're going to take this oath, you're going to defend this country and stuff, you, you're not unique. Mm. I'll show you this if I can. There we be. Maybe if I move it over here, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. But anyhow, that's all I really got on here to say. Because to love something, it has to reciprocate love back. Your pets, your friends, your loved ones. You know, there's a lot of good people in this country that they just kind of like, they get shit on. Because no one wants to say anything about it. Nobody wants to say. It's like, oh, I love my phone. You know, I love my shirt. You know, it's like, yeah, it's like, what the hell? You know, it doesn't reciprocate back. And you'll defend yourself and your loved ones and your friends if it comes down to it. You'll stand up for them. I mean, people, they got you so screwed up in so many ways. We always make things out to be, oh, what they're not. And that's the problem. See? You make things out to what they're not. You know, when you have I don't care what it is, an agency, government or not, corporation, people in general, they run around and they become tyrants and bullies and such. You gotta have your right to stand up and say, hey, knock your shit off. Really, no more needs to be said. Okay? There's people out there that go, oh, well, you know, we're in this corporation thing and we're in this and we're in that and blah, blah, blah. And they've done this and they've done that. Well, they've structured things in such a way that they believe they have jurisdiction over you. Because you're a corporation. You were sold into slavery at birth. I mean, really, that's what they're saying. Because of all these contracts and administrative law and common law and and oh admiral admiralty law, you know, the sea and you know stuff like that. So if you really stop and think about it, you know, you were born into slavery. but they tell you how free you are. And then they treat you like crap. And then when you do something, well, then they think they can throw the book at you because they've got you because you've been a slave. You never entered into it, but they want to believe you have. And it's just like so many other things that are just illegal as hell. And I believe whenever you have to click, you want to use your computer. You want to use the program on your computer so your computer will run. All right, you got to click all these agreements. If you don't click them, you can't use your computer. See, the government and all their crap's the same way. See, that's awful one-sided, isn't it? It's also called unconscionable. They have unconscionable contracts. And they want to make you believe that because you click this, well, you did it, you did it. You see, you did this. Well, tell me another way I can't. Say. You see, you seem to think you own something and you have the right to something that you don't own and you don't have the right to. See, God put food all over this planet for us. He put fish, wildlife, and all kinds of things out there so you can eat. He put all kinds of plants out there for you to eat. And then somebody comes walking in from the government and says, oh no, you got to get a permit. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's like, really? And you're claiming you have the right over this by whose authority? You see, you're not God. And God wouldn't have gave you the right to do this in the first place because he put all this here for us. Now I understand there's morons out there that want to, you know, they'd fish a lake dry if they could because they're that stupid. You know, they'd go out instead of taking something to eat to survive, they'd kill as much as they could because they're morons, okay? Yeah, you have that in society. And this is what I'm talking about. You have a lot of morons out there on both sides. It's a multi-front. So you have multi-levels of morons. I think you understand where I'm coming from, what I'm saying. So somebody wants to sit there and say this and say that. It's like they don't have the right to tell you or say to you anything. See, what I always found interesting was they can't create anything. Your God created this. The owner, the rightful owner. He owns you. He owns everything you see, everything you think you own. He owns it. He gives you life. He put breath into your lungs, into your nostril, and gave you life. See, he created everything. See, it's kind of like some of these seed companies going in and re-engineering a kernel of whatever, a seed. And now they own the patent rights. Well, first of all, How the hell do you own the patent rights if you didn't create it in the first place? God owns it. Did you ask God? Did you ask God if you could do that? God owns it. You don't. I just find it interesting. And a lot of these contracts you read, they're so they're just criminal because they're criminals. They're lawless. Say, the only reason I got on here is, like I said, I've been listening to all this rhetoric and all this crap from these people running. Instead of saying the proper thing, that all glory belongs to God. If I do anything right, if I do anything good, it's because of God, not because of me. You understand that? All glory goes to God. Period. Are some men and women better than others? Yes. Is there any such thing as a good woman or a good man? No. But that's what you say. Oh, oh, he's a good man. He's a good woman. Really? They may be likable. You might like them. You might consider them a friend and things like that. And they might have earned your trust. Are they good? Well, man is inherently wicked. God is the only thing that's good. Jesus was good. So, take it for what it's worth, folks. Y'all have a good one. Hopefully everything finds you well.